Hi everyone, it's Heather here at Creative Faith Art Studio, and I'm sorry for the delay, but I'm finally going to show you my video on how I made my December daily for this year. I actually finished this in November, but it's been really busy, as I'm sure everybody is now, and so I'm just getting around to getting the recording done for the audio. So I'm using an old Reader's Digest book, and you can see I used my sharp blade to cut the book pages out, and I'm going to line the cover with some scrap fabric that I have in, it was actually, I think, something I bought at a thrift store, but I love it. I'm sad that I only have a little bit of it left, but so I just used some PVA glue, and I coat that inside of the cover really well with the glue, and then I glue it down, and I use my bone folder to just kind of push it into all the crevices, and then I'm using this other piece of scrap fabric, and I'm going to use that to just kind of decorate the spine a little bit. The idea I had for this journal was I used the cover, the print on the outside cover as kind of an inspiration. I really like the soft muted tones, and I thought that would kind of work well. I was thinking of doing something in this like muted cream and sagey green with a little bit of gold, and then using some darker, richer colors from a book that I found. It's a Christmas Carol book that has some, I think, really kind of neat illustrations in it, so I use that inside as well. But so here again, I just take that tapestry, I guess it is. I don't know if that's the right kind of fabric, but it's a really heavy woven fabric, and then I kind of hide the edges of that, the rough edges, with some vintage lace that I ordered, I believe, from eBay. I think I got that from eBay. So that fabric and lace lines the whole entire spine from the inside to outside, and that I'm hoping that'll kind of reinforce the book as I use it. So far so good. It's held up pretty well. So really, I love that lace. It's just so pretty. It's like perfectly stained in every way. I think it's really an ecru or off-white color anyway, but then it's just got some really neat, you can tell it's been, tucked away, just for the right project. So I love it. So here I glue it down to the other side also, just to kind of, again, I wanted to hide the rough edges of that fabric. And honestly, I wish I would have done something a little more with the cover. I wish I would have, maybe put a little tissue over it, or because it just seems kind of flat to me compared to like some of the other things that I've done with my journals, like my paper bag journals. But I really liked the print on the outside of the cover, so I didn't want to cover that up. So anyway, I was really torn. So here I'm going to use a ruler, and I measured a couple pages, and I'm using the ruler to tear the pages down to size for the book. I have a mix of some tea-stained paper and some scrapbook paper and some Christmas Carol or hymn book paper. There's, what else do I have in there? Oh, some ledger paper. It's not, I don't think I wouldn't call it quote-unquote vintage, but it's just a green ledger book that I found at the thrift store. There's some old book pages that I was mailed from, I think it was I don't know her new name. It used to be I don't even know her old name. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful books that she has collected and she sells now. So I'll try to find her name and then put it in the description. So I kind of get everything in order as far as the pages go. I didn't sew or anything in these. I just wanted to get something put together. I really like adding my a little more. I like doing a little more decorating as I journal. So I get ready to sew everything together, and I realize those paper clips are just not big enough because everything falls apart. So, but I put my little hole marks into the back spine and poke the all through that. And then I dig out that Christmas Carol book because I didn't have those pages ready yet. And I oh no, I don't. First I put an eyelet in the spine at the top so I can add a little charm if I want to. I haven't done that yet, but I probably will. I like the way it looks when it's on the shelf then. So I was a little worried when I bought that crocodile because I thought, oh, you won't ever use that as much as you think you will. But I really do. I use it a ton. So I'm looking at that, and I was looking at the different, the different pages. I have some old dictionary pages in there from like a dictionary from the early 1900s. Or no, I think it's even earlier than that. It was really in bad shape. Some of my really old books I keep and collect them, but the ones that are really falling apart I decided to use, unless they're really, really, really old, and then I'm not going to do that either. But anyway, so I have to get out this Christmas Carol book. And again, I just like the illustrations. I think there's some really kind of pretty illustrations. They're like 2/3 of the page, and then some littler ones on some other pages. And so I just think it looks really nice. But I thought this was kind of a neat contrast to the soft, muted tones of the other pages. And then it also better coordinates that scrapbook paper. I don't know if that's just me that bothered. Really bothered me. So yeah, I just get everything in order, all lined up, and then I sew it into the spine. So I decided to make the first photo, that illustration of Jesus and Mary and Joseph and the angels and the shepherds out in the field. I just think it's so old-fashioned, and I love it. So I made that the first page. And then I just used my awl to kind of poke through those pages, line them up with the holes I already poked through the cover. And then I used a wax linen thread to sew the pages into the journal. I just did one signature for this book. I know it's going to fill up pretty fast, and but I know I also don't want it. I just want it for this month. So I have a few pages done already, which I'll try to get the video uploaded for that very, very soon. But yeah, it already doesn't, it's already pretty much just full. Yeah, I'm going to put stuff in it, but it's just like you already can't close it. Like it's, I need to put a closure on it, I guess, or tie a ribbon or something around it. But yeah, I'm excited to get it all finished up. So this is just that, there's 3 hole, you put the wax thread through the from the inside to the outside of the center one. You bring it up to the top, bring it all the way down to the bottom, come back up through the back into the center hole, and then tie it around that one long piece of thread in the middle and pull it tight. So if you're interested, I can upload a video on that, but I think there's a lot of other people who have uploaded videos like that, so but I'd be happy to make one. That's kind of the same process I go through every time, unless I do one of those little traveler's notebooks. So this was kind of fun to do because I haven't done an altered book like this in a while. So I'm using some distress ink, and then I have this little card that I got in as a thank you for ordering something from somebody off of Etsy, and I just thought it was very pretty, and it's got those muted greens and a little bit of gold in it, and I just thought I'd glue that right to the front of the book. And then I just, it just, to me, again, it's like there's no texture on the front, and so it really kind of bugged me. So I thought, well, maybe if I add the corner protectors. So I get those out and I put them on the corners. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so I'm feeling good about it. And then it just is kind of boring. So I ended up using this gold gilding wax, which turns out is really toxic. So I don't know if all of it is toxic, like every brand, but yeah. If you get that stuff, be careful with it. But yeah, so I kind of rub that around on different places. And again, I don't want to hide that color in the background or the pattern. So, but I do kind of cover a lot of the book. So, but I like it. Again, it's different than anything that I've done. I haven't done anything with this gilding wax before, so I wasn't really sure how it worked. I think it'd be really pretty over if I did have a texture on the book, but I don't, so whatever. it's fine. But I think that's kind of all I do, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that's it. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to do so. I hope you're enjoying your December so far, and I will be uploading a video shortly I added some embellishments to the page, or to the pages rather. So I have a short video on that also that I'm going to be adding in the next couple days. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up please, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.